My name is Lance, and we're back basically for a part 6 of this Carrara gun modeling tutorial. So as we left off, basically we've actually finished the actual basically bottom part of the gun and the hoop that you see right here on a blueprint. So when I was doing this, that is what we actually finished. So now for today, we're going to be working mainly on this piece that comes out like that. We're going to be working pretty much on this piece right here. And this is what we're going to work on, is this piece. So we can have a better description of what this piece looks like. So for today, we're going to work on this piece that comes out right here. And this piece that comes out right here. Let me try to get a better picture of this. So yeah, we're going to be working on this piece that comes out right here. And we're going to actually cut out a whole piece that comes out right about here too. So that's what we're going to be working on today, is that piece. This piece that extrudes out. So let's get started. So I already have Carrara already opened up right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that Carrara is open up, and as I showed before, we could go into file, we could either go into file open and select the actual file that we want, or we can go into the Carrara basically call M1911 modeling tutorial, click on this thing right here, click on that. Let's maximize this a little bit, kind of like that, and we want to click on the number 5 right here, and then we just like click and drag basically right into the program, and that's a very quick way of actually opening up, instead of going into file and actually open and going into trying to file it. And we want to make sure that we always click the scene tree basically, so we don't accidentally move this out of place. So now we're going to go into the little wrench tool, which is a modeling room. And now we're going to make sure we're on edge selection mode. We're going to select this entire edge. We're going to hit delete. Now we're going to go into polygon mode. We're going to select that. We're going to move that right about there. So we want to scale that a little bit. So I'm just going to get out the image basically of what we're going to be working with. So this is the main thing. What we're going to be working with is right here, is this piece right here. So what I'm going to probably end up doing is end up cutting out the piece that we want to be able to use right here for the gun. And end up cutting out this piece right about there. We're gonna go into we're gonna click the dynamic extrusion. Make sure that we click the extrude right there. We're gonna select link polygons, and we're gonna hit extrude. Now if you put this one number right here and click 1 right here, it'll automatically extrude right here for you automatically. And then you would go select, and you would select the move tool, and then you would move that like that. That's a new tool I'm going to show you for today, is that. So you would select that, we would move that out more like that. And this is the piece that we want to cut out right here, is more this piece. Go delete. And now we want to select these pieces right here. And now we're going to hit delete on that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of move these edges right here. Let's scale that. Let's scale right in and zoom right in a little bit. And now we're going to move this a little bit in the Y direction. And now we're going to make sure we're on vortex select mode right there. And then again, we're going to move this on the Y direction right there. Vortex select mode. Move this on the Y direction right there. And now we have that now selected. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at our reference image. So this is the actual polygon piece that we're going to be modeling. Here is this right here. This is the piece that we're going to be modeling. So we're going to take this piece right here. And that piece right there. And we're going to select this piece. And we're just going to select this piece. Instead of like making a new geometry, we're just going to select this. We're going to go into the left view right here. And now we're going to hit CTR duplicate. And we're going to go into the move tool right here. And we're going to move this out. Now actually, I didn't hit CTR duplicate. We're going to hit CTR duplicate again. And now we're going to move that right about there. And we're going to go into wireframe view right there. So this is a piece that we're going to select. And now we're going to select this bottom piece right here. Go into shaded mode. We're going to select this. We're going to delete that. Go into left pane right there. We're going to go into here and we're going to go loop. And we're going to move that out more, kind of like that. Where it's protruding a little bit like that. Like that. Kind of like that. And now we're going to go into this loop tool right here. And we're going to scale that down. Actually, we can go right click scale right there instead of clicking that. But let's say if you want to ever know how to find the dollies, pan tool, or all your workaround tools where you can navigate throughout your scene, you would find it on this section right here, in this section. And this is where you have your geometry adding tools, your extrude, and all your like main basically modeling tools are up here in this section right there. So now we're going to go into here. We're going to go into wireframe mode. And we're going to move this right about here, I think. We're going to go into extrude first. We're going to take off edge extrude right there, and we're going to hit CTR, and we're going to extrude that up like that, and go right click, move that along the y-axis right up like that. So a little bit up like that, where it's facing like that. And now we're going to go right click move tool, and we're going to make sure we're on polygon select mode, select that, and we're going to go right click scale right there, and we're going to scale that down right about there. Kind of like that, where it's covering the section a little bit right there. like that. Move that out a little bit like that. And now we're going to go into here and we're going to select this one piece. We're going to go left pane right there. And we're going to hit the extrude button again. And we're going to go CTR extrude like that. Right mouse, move. Right click, move. And this is where we're going to have that, right about there. Kind of right about here. So we have that right about there. And now we're going to move that a little bit out like that, I think. We're going to move that around the right axis to make a little bit of an indent right there. And now we're going to go into polygon select mode, and we're going to double click on this polygon section. We're going to go into model. We're going to go add thickness, and we're going to add this as an actual thickness. So we're going to take down this value 0, and we're just going to add 1 like that. So we're going to make sure we right click around the move tool right there. And now we're going to move that just about right down there, where it's kind of touching that, I think, in a way. And now we're going to move this more down like that. And now we're going to move that kind of right there. We're going to select this entire section right here. And now we're going to go hide. No, that's wrong hide. So we're going to hide this. So you can basically go into hide selection right here. And that hide selection. Or you can just use the shortcut value. Or we could just use the shortcut value for this, which is right here, CTR. And the plus sign means the other sign right there. And then I don't know how to pronounce this shortcut key, so I'm just going to use hide right there. But if you wanted to know about any type of shortcuts when you're working with the object, you go into the model menu, and right beside the description of what you're using, it will tell you what keys you're supposed to hit as an actual shortcut. To snap to grid basically is CTRJ, CTRG or so. But I'm just going to straighten this polygon right here, kind of right there. I'm just going to go into here. So it kind of looks like that pretty much. Just gonna select these, I think. And now I'm just gonna go into left view, right there. Right there, I think. Right here, and just move that up like that. Like that. So it looks like that. And now we're going to go into here and we're going to select this section right here. And we're going to actually scale this section out a little bit. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to select this entire section right here. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to go into selection. And we're going to go name selection right here. And we're going to select basically vertices. And we're going to name this just just vertex right here. And then after we're going to delete this selection. So we're going to select that. And we're going to basically add to save selection right here. So let's say when we go into here, we can go to selection and select basically by name right here. And we're going to go down to vertex and we're going to select this by vertex. And I'll show you how we're going to do this in a distant future when we're working with this. So we're going to go into CTR, or we're just going to go basically reveal right here. And now what we're going to do is we want to close this gap up right here a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into select by name. And this is what I mean basically by selecting by name. We're going to select V. And we're going to just go into here and we're just going to go scale that up like that. So it closes that a little bit. So that closes that a little bit right there. So we're done that gun piece right there. Actually, I might shrink this a little bit, like a little bit. Right click, move between. Or what I can do is go into here and just move that down like that. Kind of like that. We'll just leave that kind of like that right there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into here. We're going to select these bottom vertices right here. Go into left basically camera view. And we're going to go into selection mode. Move this down right about there. And go into vertex selection mode. Move that like that. And kind of move that kind of like that right there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do this bottom piece that comes out right about here. This bottom piece right there. So we're going to actually end up doing this bottom piece that comes out right here basically. This bottom piece that comes out right here. So we can make a polygon, but much more easier way what we would do is we would select just a polygon like this and just go into here and hit CTR duplicate and just move that out like that. It's just much more faster. And then we would just move that down right about here. We would move that down right about there, I think. Right about here. And now we would select vertex right here. And now we're going to move that right about here. And now we have this gun modeling tutorial right there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into here and we're going to scale this down to the appropriate size. Like this. Right about right here. To the appropriate size right there. We're actually going to go to selection like that. And we're going to scale, we're going to hit the selection button right here. And now we're going to scale that down right about there, just to flatten out the edges a little bit. We're going to go into world view right there, world selection view right there, while we're still on the scale, and we're going to go move. And now we're going to select this edge right there, go loop. We're going to hit the extract along tool right here. We're going to move that right about there, and we're going to hit the extract around tool right there, and we're going to move this right about there. So now we're going to start editing some of these vertices right here. And now we're going to go into wireframe mode right there, move that out right there. Move that out right about there. Move this out right about here, where that's facing right there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move this down right about right here, and we're going to straighten this too as well. And rotate this where it's facing the angle of this vertex right here. Where it's facing the angle of this line. And we're going to move that right about there. Now we're going to go into this polygon select mode. We're going to go into model, and we're going to add basically thickness right here, and delete all of that. Put 0.01 or whatever thickness that you want basically to do. But I'm just going to hit 1 right here, and I'm just going to move that down right about there. Go into here, and just going to go move that down right about there, and I'm going to go into selection mode right there, and I'm just going to scale that down by the UVs right there. And just straighten that out. Gonna go left view, and now I'm just gonna move that right about there. I'm gonna see this in shaded mode. So it's kind of faces like that, pretty much. And now we're gonna move that like that. And now we're gonna move kind of this. Make sure we're on edge selection mode right there. Select that. Go into left view, move that like that, pretty much right there. Now we're going to go into left view right here. polygon select mode right here. We're going to go into selection. We're going to go hide, view, hide right here. Polygon select mode. And now we're going to select all these polygons right here. Now we're going to hit left right here. And we're going to move this right about there. Go into left view right here. Go selection, go view, menu, and go reveal hidden vertices right there. And that automatically hides hidden vertex, and now we have the back end of this gun done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make another segment. We're going to go loop right here, and we're going to do like another edge cut down a little bit, right about right there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to select these vertices. We're going to go into quick fillet right here. And now we're going to go quick fillet like that. Kind of like that right there. So you make kind of an indent right there in the geometry. And now we're going to go into here and we're going to move this down a little bit. Right about... We're going to go basically to the extract along edge right here. And we're going to move that down right about there. Where that touches right there. So now we have that indent and we have that divided line right there. That divides that segment right there. So now we're basically done this Call M1911 gun modeling tutorial right here. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. And please stay tuned basically for the Call M1911 gun modeling tutorial number basically 7. My name is Lance Brown and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you, goodbye.